Honestly, vibe coding used to sound like something you'd do on a weekend for fun, or like you generate a mock-up, feel clever for 10 minutes, and then go back to real engineering. We thought that too, like cool demo, no serious coding, but the industry has moved really fast since then. And today, the most successful and most practical use case of AI I'm seeing in the industry is coding. People are using AI agents to scaffold, refactor, write tests, fix bugs, shift features, all of it. So the trend that I'm seeing in the industry today is that the companies are completely reorganizing how software gets built, and it's completely transforming how we used to code. Let me now tell you the exact moment it became real for me. I came across this Dan Shipper from Every talking about how they run multiple products with a tiny team. They have literally built 5 products in-house, with each product built and run by a single engineer. One person actually owning the whole thing end to end. And with this, they have been able to achieve double-digit MRR growth with those 6 products. And they've been pretty open that AI agents are writing the bulk of their codes. That would have really sounded insane even an year ago, but it's happening, believe it or not. This did something uncomfortable for us as a startup. It made us relook at ourselves. We are a 7 engineer company, and then we started thinking if we adopt these new ways of working, maybe we could also do miracles. Around the same time, we also looked at this Palantir concept of forward deployed engineering, which is like keeping engineers close to the customer, shipping in tight cycles, and being able to show something real every couple of weeks. And then it clicked. That's the combo we needed. Forward deployed engineering gave us the operating rhythm, and AI assisted building gave us the coding acceleration. So we introduced that into our sprints, I think last December. And I'm not exaggerating, the change was almost immediate. We started building at a speed we honestly did not think was even possible for a small team like ourselves. There have been times we have churned out functional demos for clients in just a few hours, and the biggest shift was not even speed, it was actually culture. We stopped debating in slides and started proving fast with demos. We could also test riskier ideas because coding now became cheaper. And the biggest thing was our team started learning faster because we could show something real, get feedback, and adjust in the same sprint. And once we have done that a few times, it started compounding. Every sprint was started to leave behind reusable building blocks that made the next sprint even easier. Yeah, the concerns are real actually, and I think they fall into 3 buckets broadly. Firstly, the biggest risk in enterprise, of course, is security and compliance. Enterprises do not really care if a demo works. What they care about is auth, permissions, secrets, data handling, auditability, and maybe dependencies. And AI can accidentally introduce vulnerabilities or widen the attack surface because it generates that extra code you did not even ask for. Secondly, I think the biggest tax is tech debt because vibe coding makes it easy to create a lot of code quickly, and not all of it is needed actually, including the extra scaffolding and abstractions that may feel productive today and tend to become painful 3 months later when the demo quietly turns into a full blown product. And finally, the third thing I feel is the false confidence because AI can write code that looks clean and correct, but it can be subtly wrong. And those bugs are nasty because they tend to hide. So, if someone says vibe coding creates debt and risk, they are not completely wrong. They are just describing vibe coding without the right guardrails and discipline. I think it scales, but only if you treat it like a control process, not freestyle coding with a chatbot. The boring stuff still does matter. We keep changes small. We test early. We also do run linters and type checks. We perform real code reviews. And if at all it touches auth, permissions, or anything security sensitive, we tend to slow down. No shortcuts. Where it gets really interesting is how we use agents. We don't use one AI and hope for the best and expect AI to do some magic. We set it up like a team. We'll have a planner agent that will write a proper plan.md file, and there'll be an architect agent to sanity check the design choices made, and then we'll have a UI and backend developer agent to implement, and finally a tester agent to generate and run the test cases, and also a reviewer style agent that will check for security and make sure the code is following the industry FANG standards and all of that. And then we even have what we jokingly call as an AI slop detector, whose job is to flag unnecessary scaffolding, over engineering, or any code that may look fancy but doesn't earn its keep.